So that's a clarion call we are making. The second message goes out to the President of the US, probably may not listen to us, but he also to the world, he also reflect on his toxic policies, as he also pays tribute, because he's one of the leaders who have poured out their sentiments, as a way of making tribute to the late Pope. So he's one of the people who has given his message of condolence. But that is not enough. Pope Francis was a vanguard for the rights of the immigrants or migrants. He was at the forefront to fight for the rights of migrants, displaced people. Now, when he assumed the power, President Trump executed those obnoxious and toxic directives which have affected many immigrants or migrants. So as we remember the life and times of Pope Francis and eulogize him, let's emulate his good deeds. Let's carry forward his message of tolerance, his message of compassion and empathy, his message of love for one another. So this, as I said, is another clarion call on the part of President Trump. It's not about only migrants, but also the poverty-stricken countries which are affected by his toxic policies. Uganda, you will see, because he cut off all the financial support we are getting for our vulnerable people like HIV victims and a couple of others who are suffering because of those policies. So we invite His Excellency Trump to reflect on those policies and make sure that as we eulogize and hail Pope Francis, all we do as leaders, the actions we take and the policies we make or the laws we pass must reflect those values that he espoused and championed. They must be in sync. The policies we make must be in sync with the values that he held dear to himself and helped to uplift mankind or humanity as a whole. So that is the call we are making, one to the heads of state in the East African region, and also to President Trump, which can reflect on during this time of mourning the demise of Pope Francis. Issue number 2 is about Dr. Chiza Besigye. You recall he was kidnapped from Kenya on the 16th of November, and since then he has been under incarceration. And today would be a very historical day, a historic moment. Would be a historic moment in his journey of life. 69 years ago, today, Dr. Besigye came to this world. It's a day we shall always live to celebrate. One of the good things that happened in this country is for the late Chief PFF to give birth to Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye. A patriot, a statesman, an assertive leader who has also touched millions of people and who has made a significant contribution to the transformation of this country. He's our patriarch at Katonga here, you are aware. He embodies the struggles that we are all involved in. He's an embodiment. He's the arch up there. He's at the apex of the struggle. He is, as I said, the patriarch of our struggle in this country, no doubt about that. It's not in dispute. Across board, it's not about actually Katonga. It's for the whole of Uganda. That's how important his life is to this country. So we are gathered here, first of all, to celebrate this day, because it means a lot to us as Ugandans. That is the day he came to this world, and it's a day that is so important in the struggle and our lives. We may be celebrating the day, but we're not in a celebratory mood. That's a paradox. We are not in a celebratory mood because he should be with us here to cut the cake. Unfortunately, you know what is happening. It's behind the back. So it's an irony. Yes, we are going to cut the cake here and mark this 69th birthday anniversary. But we are equally happy. We are happy. I repeat, we are happy. Not only us here who are representing millions of Uganda who have trust in Dr. Kiza Besigye and the struggles he has always championed are equally happy. The injustice that has been unleashed on him, and also the fact that all institutions of the state which will come to his rescue seem to have capitulated to that tyrannical rule of Mr. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. That many of the doors are now closed. Parliament is now quiet about Dr. Kiza Besigye's rights and also force other political prisoners. In judiciary, we have the same issues, but I'll tell you what we intend to do. And obviously, other humanitarian organizations, like the Uganda Human Rights Commission and others, which would uphold, ordinarily would be expected rather to uphold the principles enshrined in our constitution, are all aware. See quite deep level. But as I said, we do that notwithstanding, we do celebrate the fact that he is alive and kicking. That is important because what he has endured all these years of the struggle is well documented. He has put himself in the line of fire. in harm's way for the sake of liberating this country.